The 2025 F1 driver lineups are almost complete, so I thought I'd do some early predictions for the 2026 F1 driver lineups. Half of the F1 teams have already confirmed their lineup for 2026, although, as we all know, nothing is certain in Formula 1. We'll start with Haas, who have confirmed Ollie Bearman and Esteban Ocon will both drive for Haas in the 2025 and 2026 seasons at least. Now this is a very interesting driver lineup for me, because Bearman, he's a bit of an unknown quantity. We've only seen him race in one race currently, and of course the Azerbaijan Grand Prix coming up this weekend. So it will be very interesting to see how he gets on in Baku and then in his first full season in 2025 with Haas. And then Esteban Ocon also coming into a new team with Haas for 2025. We also already know how good he is, so we'll see how Bearman stacks up against him. But I think it's good to have continuity between 2025 and 2026, because you don't want to be learning a new car and a new team at the same time. So to get Bearman and Ocon for 2025 is a very good move. Next we'll move on to McLaren, who are keeping Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Still in the hunt for the championship in 2024 and will probably be favourites for the championship in 2025. It'll be interesting to see how their relationship develops as we move into 2026, and see if McLaren can keep up their car performance as the fastest car on the grid as it is currently. Next up we have Aston Martin, who for 2026 will keep Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. 2026 will be their fourth season together as teammates. Stroll is never going to get kicked out of that team whilst his dad is still in charge. And Fernando Alonso, why would you get rid of him as long as he's still performing? Yes, he's getting older, but his performance level is still there, so no shock with Aston Martin. Now we have two of the most exciting driver lineups left. First up we have Williams. Now Williams under James Vowles have improved, but they still don't have a great car, and I think they are focusing on 2026. And they'll have Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz behind the wheel. Now, as previously mentioned, getting a driver in for 2025 to bed into the team ready for the new regulations in 2026 is a great idea, which is why I think Sainz will do well at Williams in 2026. Obviously Albon is currently the team leader, but I think they'll have two number ones when Sainz joins. And the most exciting driver lineup of 2025 and 2026, I would say, is Ferrari with Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. It'll be very interesting to see how they stack up against each other. Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari is the biggest news of F1 this year, and I for one can't wait to see how it goes. And in 2026 perhaps Ferrari will have the fastest car, and then we'll get a championship battle between these two. Fingers crossed. 3 F1 teams have confirmed one of their drivers for 2026. First we have a new team, Audi, who will be taking over Sauber's entry, and they have already confirmed that for 2025 and 2026 Nico Hülkenberg will be driving for them, although he has not had a confirmed teammate as of yet. Alpine have also confirmed that Pierre Gasly will be driving for them in 2026. And finally, Red Bull with Max Verstappen. This is no surprise, he has a contract with them until 2028 at least. Now let's get into what you really want to see, my predictions for the 2026 driver lineup. Firstly, we'll start with Alpine. We've already discussed that Pierre Gasly is confirmed for 2026, but who will partner him? In my opinion, I think it will be Jack Doohan. He's confirmed for 2025, and I think he'll have a good 2025 season with Alpine. Then they'll have no real choice but to confirm Jack Doohan for 2026. I don't think they'll have loads of great drivers wanting to drive for them. Who knows how they'll do in 2026. Rumoured to be looking at getting a Mercedes engine for 2026 rather than to make their own. So they could have a great year, and I think it will be with Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan behind the wheel. Next, we'll go on to Audi. Now, Audi have got Nico Hülkenberg already confirmed, and to partner the German, I've got Yuki Tsunoda. Now, I don't think Tsunoda is going to get the Red Bull drive next to Max Verstappen, because for some reason, the Red Bull hierarchy don't seem to rate him, although he's been consistently better than his teammates for the last few years, in my opinion. I think this will frustrate Tsunoda, and he'll go to Audi to partner Nico Hülkenberg. This is a very exciting lineup for them. They'll have two experienced drivers, but Tsunoda's still got that youth, and they're both very quick. So if they have a good car, watch out for Audi for podiums and possibly wins in 2026. Now we have Red Bull. Max Verstappen will be driving with them for the 2026 season, and to partner him, I think will be Liam Lawson. I think Red Bull really rate Liam Lawson, and he'll get a drive for 2025. In my opinion, he's a very talented driver and he's going to do very well in 2025 and force Red Bull to put him in that seat for 2026. I can't see Sergio Perez doing particularly well for the next season. His performance has not been great for the last few years and it's only getting worse. So they'll be forced to replace him, and I think Liam Lawson will do a great job for Red Bull in 2026. I don't think he'll be able to challenge Max Verstappen necessarily, but I think he'll do much better than his last few teammates. In fact, anyone apart from Daniel Ricciardo since he's been at Red Bull. Finally, we have the two teams that haven't confirmed any drivers for the 2026 season. First up, Mercedes. Now, there have been rumours that Toto Wolff is trying to sign Max Verstappen for the 2026 season. However, as previously mentioned, I think he'll stay at Red Bull and he won't want to move to a different team. So I've gone quite boring, but I think it will be Kimi Antonelli and George Russell in the Mercedes in 2026. I think it's a solid lineup. Antonelli's proved in the junior formula how good he is. He's had a difficult season in F2 this year, but that's mainly down to the new car and the team's getting used to it. And then George Russell has been solid for Mercedes ever since he joined. I think it'll be a really good battle in 2025, and then for 2026, when Antonelli's on equal footing with George Russell, he'll have had a season in the car. Who knows what will happen? Either way, I think if they have a good car, it'll be very entertaining, and that's what I think will happen with Mercedes in 2026. And finally, we have RB. Now, Perez isn't in any of my predictions so far, and I actually think he'll retire. I don't think he'll get a seat for 2026. And Yuki Tsunoda has joined Audi. So this left me with Daniel Ricciardo as the only possible driver here, out of all the drivers on the grid. But I've gone with Isaac Hadjar and Ayumu Iwasa. I think Ricciardo will also retire from Formula 1. And I think Hadjar having a great season in F2 currently, and Ayumu Iwasa proved his quality in F2 previously and is now in Super Formula. I think they're both really quick drivers, deserve to be in Formula 1, and I think they will be in Formula 1 in 2026. So now let's have a quick recap of my predictions for the 2026 F1 driver lineup. I think Haas will be Ollie Bearman and Esteban Ocon. Audi will be Nico Hülkenberg and Yuki Tsunoda. RB will be Isaac Hadjar and Ayumu Iwasa. Williams will be Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. Aston Martin will be Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. Alpine will be Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan. McLaren will be Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Mercedes will be George Russell and Kimi Antonelli. Ferrari will be Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. And Red Bull will be Max Verstappen and Liam Lawson. That's it for this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments, and also what other videos you'd like me to see if you enjoyed this one. So thanks for watching, and like the video if you enjoyed.